Good morning. Happy weekend. About to get started on some work today. And I thought I would just shoot a quick video because I was thinking about this idea of making mistakes. And in life, business, we make a lot of mistakes. And I think back to a few years ago when I first started the business. And I was in survival mode, right? Pure survival mode. So you kind of take what you can and you do what you need to do in order to survive, obviously. But thinking back in retrospect, there are, and this is a good learning for us, and that's why I'm sharing this today, which is there are probably some clients that I took on where at the end of that relationship, they probably look back now at the engagement that they did with us, the marketing campaign, as a mistake. They look at it probably as that was the mistake that they made in their business, which was hiring me. And I don't admit this to say that we're not capable. We're very capable. But I think all those years ago, I was probably biting off more than I could chew in some cases, and probably didn't have the skill set to confidently take on some of those clients. So I mean I'm open to admitting mistakes, and so probably from the perspective of those clients, some of those clients, I was their mistake. Okay. Now I think about in business. I've had other roles before I started the business, and taking on certain vendors or hiring certain people, or taking on projects. There are probably, looking back, mistakes that I've made, certainly. And I think the quick path to failure is this: don't be someone else's mistake, right? Because the more you can mitigate that, the more you can not be someone else's mistake consistently, continually, the faster that you're going to grow and accelerate. And I think there's a few things to this, which is understand what your skill level is in whatever you're selling or whatever you're applying for. Okay. Manage expectations appropriately. And I think say no to others and yourself, especially if what you're suggesting you can do, in your heart of hearts that you can't. Now, I was naive back all those years thinking, yeah, I could do it. And in some cases I pulled it off. And in other cases I was someone else's mistake. So think about your life, right? Think about girlfriends, boyfriends that you've had. Think about jobs that you've had. Think about clients that you've had. Were you someone else's mistake? Does someone think of you and say, I wish I had a year back of my life, career, relationship, or romantic life? Are you someone else's mistake? Because I bet you are. And I know that's a hard thing to admit, but there's somewhere along your life, you're probably someone else's mistake, and I'm someone else's mistake, I'm sure. Many people's mistakes. So in business, what I'm finding as things are growing and I'm getting smarter about the decisions that I'm making because I'm learning and investing in training for myself and the team, I'm making better decisions. And we're recognizing that we shouldn't take on more than we can handle, manage expectations appropriately, say no if it's too much, or bring in the resources and or level up, and don't be someone else's mistake. And that's the advice I'm going to give to you if you're trying to pursue any endeavor, which is don't be someone else's mistake at the end of it, right? It's an important lesson, and if you are someone's mistake repeatedly over and over again, then that's the surefire path to failure.